Hello, my name is Jean, and this is the Talking Voice podcast. You are tuned in to the most mysterious show ever, because as you can clearly see, there is no script, because I don't believe in scripts, I believe in chaos and the power of a human mind. Now, the topics we're gonna be discussing are rather going to be random, because I'm the host and you're the guest, my dear listener. And as you can see, we're on the bank of a river right now with some city life going on in the back, even though this is suburbs. What a wonderful location for the first episode, and each episode might be last. Always remember that. This episode might be the first and the last one. Who knows? Who knows how well this will go? But I don't have a sponsor yet. And the point of this podcast is that it's going to be absolutely raw. It's going to be maximum level raw. What I mean by that is, of course, there's going to be a tiny bit of editing, because as you can clearly see, I'm recording on my iPhone mic right now, and there's a camera standing right there, so I will have to sync those two audios together, but not more than that, really. I'm also going to be dubbing these videos through a VHS tape in order to get rid of any metadata and actually give it a better look, because why the fuck not? Let's make it old school, shall we? The camera I'm using is Sony Handycam from 2008 that uses an HDD hard drive for recording, so I can record for 500 minutes at once if I have a battery capacity good enough, but I don't. But anyway, this is not the point of this podcast or show or whatever the fuck life is. Life is a precious gift. It's a precious gift you cannot neglect. You need to learn in life, because some things, of course, are given to you from birth, yet you still need to unlock them by going through this weird thing called life. The end goal is the same for everyone. It's death as we know it. But is death really the end? This is what philosophers have been trying to figure out since the get-go. There's another thing. We adapt throughout our whole life. We adapt as social human beings, not to just our environment, but also to other creatures and human beings, right? Because we build relationships, we build families. Families are prioritized in many cultures, in mine as well. And the only thing is that adaptation to environment became different. At first, human was adapting to the nature, to the natural environment, and then the human started creating its own environment. It started not just using, but constructing its own reality. And most of the things we see around right now, besides the water, the trees, and the grass, even that could have been slightly artificial, could have been built by a human being years ago. And that's what we have to adapt to. As we can see, the infrastructure, the bridges, the cars, is it making our life easier? Sure does. Long-term thinking? Not really. Long-term thinking, we have to adapt to the changes that come with the emissions, any sort of other pollution that stuff can produce. And I don't really want to think about it even, because what I just saw in the city center, Labour Party is currently, I think, in power, or at least their projects are being put into life rather than death, and which included filling the roads with literal plastic, like constructions look like beer crates, plastic beer crates, but it was a bit more special for the road, even though it was exactly the same plastic, I'm pretty sure, polymer. The thing is, because of the car-centered infrastructure, we are actually just drifting away from consciousness. Simple as the roads, the advertisements on the roads, the car-centered infrastructure, burning plastic in the roads and just pouring concrete over that. What sort of stuff is that? Anyway, this is just me ranting about nothing. Essentially, we are talking about nothing right now, but let's talk about something. Let me see. What do you wish to talk about? Hmm? Did I read your mind? Ooh, health, health. That's a good one. That's a good one. Health is a wonderful one. Now, let me just strike a cigarette. Shall I? Because, oh man, there is nothing but that good big tobacco. Right. Talking about health while smoking is actually quite ironic, of course. If you don't smoke, well done. You're not on the hook. Um, why do they call it big tobacco? Because it's a monopoly. Tobacco companies essentially are a monopoly right now. Tobacco controls half of the population. Um, the most recent thing I discovered is that in the 70s and 80s, I think, maybe 90s even, there was a big thing in China. The weddings, the wedding cigarettes, the wedding straights. Um, it was just some weird temporary tradition to smoke as many cigarettes. Everyone was smoking cigarettes at the wedding. How did that happen? How did wedding, such a precious act of two souls, get entangled for life together, hopefully, got taken over by culture of smoking cigarettes? Thank God temporarily, but we can clearly see that there is power. There is power in the big tobacco. Is it good or bad? Because, well, the fucking, I'm sorry, the money is not going anywhere, is it? Hmm. I'm sorry, I'm wiping my nose. It's quite cold. I wasn't expecting to be this cold in April. Late April, actually, it's pretty much May. I know it's really disgusting to wipe your nose, but a man got to do what a man's got to do. Or what do they say? I don't really care anymore, honestly. This podcast is a big failure. This show is a big failure because my girlfriend gave me a call right as I was starting to film, and I just I pulled out my phone. I haven't been on my phone for just less than an hour, I think, for like 55 minutes, and she gives me this call and she cries, and I just can't stop her from crying. It's not good. What made her cry? Some bullshit, some bullshit. What does that? Life, growing up, traumas, PTSD. Well, that's what life is. Some people adapt, some people cope, some people don't. Some people kill themselves, some people start hiking and going into the mountains and traveling around the world and creating little goals and whatnot. But all of it is just life. Life is coping. What else is it? Because there are, there is and are moments in life where you feel very down, where you feel really bad, where you feel like you're not doing enough, where you feel like you have not achieved enough. Uh, you feel like an underachiever, for example, or you can't provide things for your family, whatever issues you might be going through. These are temporary issues that should be resolved, but not just by putting mind and power into it, work into it, but also time. Time is something that is above us. Time is the fourth dimension that we cannot control. And time is sadly getting a hold of us all, doesn't it? Interesting. Oh yeah, how is that related to health? Well, because there is three main types of health, as I learned in school. Maybe the program has changed by this point, whatever they're teaching our young minds. Anyway, I learned in school that there is three types of health: physical health, mental health, and like soul health, the spirit health, kind of. I don't quite understand that one, but mental health and physical health is quite scientific, so it's really logical, really understandable. Could be explained, you know what I mean? And both are really important, and they're both entangled. All three of them are, as a matter of fact. If one is hurt, another one just can't coexist on the same level as it used to. For example, if your physical health is deteriorating, your mental health will as well, and vice versa. So it's important to take care of both, and never forget to just enjoy yourself and be yourself. Of course, adapting is what I started this conversation from, but essentially, being yourself is a necessity. It's a necessity. Ego is a necessity, knowing who you are, knowing your role in the society, because this is just where we are. We're born into the system. We cannot do anything about it. We cannot battle it as individuals. We can battle it in big, large groups of people, but go on, create a pressure group, so-called pressure group. I will join you, especially if it will do something with animals, protecting animals, because cycles are fucking everywhere. I can't stand that. Can't stand that. And it's so difficult to just get attention to, cat killers or whatever. Oh, it's of course bad gets attention to the persona, but it's, I think, a necessity to get the attention to the problem itself and to take drastic measures. Because whatever, we just can't help it as an individual, unless you're, of course, a very special human being. But most of us are regulars and averages, right? It's like a curve. Most of us are in the average zone, which is interesting. The fog. I am in the fog right now. This is quite majestic. The only thing that is ruined is the cars, but if we turn the other way around, it will be just even more foggy, and I'm not sure how it's gonna look like on the VHS. There's like more distance. It's gonna look fucking crazy, gonna be honest, but it doesn't matter. The beautiful birds, we are taking their houses away because they're not paying. Duh. Of course the birds are not paying. Of course we have to chop out all those trees with the boars in them, and the bears that are crossing the roads, and we're fucking running them over with our massive humongous cars that we're using to just get groceries and drop our children off at school like they don't have legs. Anyway, what is this show? Is it just me ranting about life? I literally don't understand. I hope you are going to learn something, or if you can teach me something, like do the same thing. Take a camera, take a tripod, or don't even use a tripod. Find a location. Use your phone to record. We have all the possibilities in this life. Well, some of us don't. Some of us do. I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. So confusing. Life is terribly confusing. You might be thinking why I'm in the camo right now, because I was actually thinking about going to my secret spot, not just the bank of a river, but a very majestic place which has connotations with military and the camo itself, so it would be perfect for the scenery. However, right now I had a change of mind and I decided to come to the bank. Of course, because of the fog, just as anyone else would. Now, and that's what I call connected consciousness. And one of the points of this show right here is to actually increase that. Not many people are gonna watch this. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a dead show, one man dead show. But so what? It's raw, it's real, it's true. And you need to stay true to yourself, as we have figured out by now. Now, as you're the main guest, you have the opportunity to talk back to me, but sadly just in the form of comments and private messages. This is how far I've went with my technology. I'm not a fan of streaming. I do not understand Twitch. I understand YouTube, but streaming is not my field. Maybe I will pick it up at some point in the future, maybe I will not, who knows. Now, sadly, there are no ashtrays, so I will just keep the cigarette by my side, and I will throw it out later. I will find a bin, recycling bin. Did you know that recycling is a very big scam? Very big money in the recycling business. Big money, big recycling, big waste management, huh? Does that ring a bell, my dear viewer? Does that ring a bell? The world hasn't changed that much in the past 50 years, has it? There were some minor movements and changes, 60s and 70s and 2000s, but generally the system has not changed at all. It has not. It stays the same because we are not in the power to change the system. We're only in the power to adapt to it and not lose ourselves in the process, because keeping yourself and keeping your mind is the priority. Yourself also includes the family. Believe me or not, we are social human beings. As I said, we're social creatures. We rely on socializing, on contact, on there's many ways of contact. There is touch, love language, all of that BS. We rely on that, and without family, we actually cannot fulfill our end goal of any living organism, which is what? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, reproduction. Yes, reproduction. Reproduction. We need to reproduce. As living creatures, we need to reproduce. You're child free, that's totally fine. That's your choice. Survival of the fittest. There is that theory. Survival of the fittest. Anyway, if you don't want to leave a trace, you're most likely a good, how do they call it? An environmentalist? Yes, environmentalist. You want to die. You want to get consumed by this bio, micro, organismic fucking whatever is that thing that we don't see. I need to up my biological terminology anyway. Wonderful. Good luck with that. Good luck with helping the environment by burning yourself. And recycling bottles, I think as well, very much helping the environment, separating the trash, helping the environment, as we can clearly see. Make sure to just not mind that, what you see behind me, the moving metal humongous objects, hundreds of them. Just don't mind that. Make sure to focus on plastic straws and plastic. Please focus on plastic, okay, my dear environmentalists. Oh, and also don't reproduce. Oh my god, I'm so bad. Anyway, as you can clearly hear, I said, oh my god. Yes, I believe in God as a deity that is in each one of us. But that's too far. It's a talk for another time. I think we should just talk about the physical reality that we can touch, the feasible stuff. Like the general necessities. Look, what do we need? Human necessities. Human necessities. Somehow, water, sunlight. Do we need sun? I think we do, yeah. Maybe. Well, water definitely. Water and food, alright? Water and food. That list also now includes money, which is crazy. Like, yes, you are able to survive on an inhabited island still because of our ancestors, thank God, or whatever. We'll discover it later in life, I guess, or maybe, or not. But at the same time, that's not too realistic. No. In this present day, in the system that you're born in, money becomes a human need, a basic human need. Now, there's many ways to earn money. Does it matter how you earn money? Of course, it's your karma. You can kill people for money. You can be a military man, a contractor. Fucking hell, you can burn down houses for money. What good does it give you? Okay, it gives you money to buy water. Good, good. Golden ring, wonderful. What good does it give you? How did we come to that point where we just need money to survive, literally? We just need this printed paper to survive. How did we get to that point? I really wonder. Oh, and that's why history is important. That's why history is important, because to understand current life, the present day, we actually need to have a really deep dive into the history. And the more you just hear about history, historical facts that are not twisted, that are actually pretty much logical. The more you connect the dots, the more you understand how to go around in this life, how to make your way, how to get up, if that's one of your goals or whatever you're trying to achieve in your life. Because if you're not trying to achieve anything, are you really living? Or maybe you're just existing, consuming this precious oxygen. Oxygen. Yes. Um, I'm the type of person that grew up on SpongeBob, so my belief is chaotic. Chaos is this belief in a chance, in the magic of this chance that life is. Life is a chance that is present to you in itself. One big fucking chance. And then there's many sub chances and sub possibilities and many roads and paths you can take. But why are we shooting so high in the sky? Maybe we should be grounded more, right? And that's why I put the camera low. So you're gonna feel the grounded effect, right? Good, good. Psychology. We're talking psychology in media. Wonderful. Are you learning something? Are you learning? Good. Because I'm not. Just kidding. Life is just learning every single day, no matter whether you want it or not. And especially if you like listening to rambles like this, if you like listening to your own brain rambling, you're going to love learning. Man, precious. Feels good to learn. Feels good. Is good. Will be good. Now, the quote of the day is, all animals are equal. Actually, I'm not doing this fucking daily. This show is going to run at least once a week or maybe once a month, something like that. So the quote of the week slash month is, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. I think it went that way. George Orwell. Wonderful. Um, the song of the day is Sweet Morning Light by this band called Weed from their album 1973, I think. Album called Weed. And the second name of the album is Krautrock Essentials. Gotta give it to Ken Hensley for this one. Very wonderful music. Please don't speak to me of four, right? That's the lyrics. And the wonderful fact of the, did I say song of the day once again? Song of the week it was, or slash month. And the fact of the week slash month is that I was born on 9/11 on that very specific day. As a matter of fact, I was born exactly 1 hour after the first tower got struck. The tower got struck 8:45 a.m. I was born 9:45, but that's not minding the time zones, because time zones were created by humans for the comfort, and that is exactly what I'm talking about. What good does it give us? I hope that you could hear that sound. What good does it give us? Living every day. Yes, living every day. Now that's what life is about. Living every fucking day. What else is there? Water, barely any sunlight. Hmm. Yes, the country. This very European country. I should probably call my girlfriend back. She might be still crying. That's like, I just, I can't really speak normally because it's on my mind. Bothers me. You know what I mean. Family life. And you see, we have to cope with such things. Like, how do you cope? Do you smoke cigarettes? Yes. Do you maybe hit gym instead? Yes. Do you hit the canoe training, like that guy on the river right now? Yes, sure. Do you become a cyclist that pisses off everyone because the roads are actually for cars? Yes, you can do that, but I don't recommend that because everyone is gonna hate you. As anyone is gonna hate you for smoking cigarettes in public right now. The world is changing. I'm gonna be honest with you. Well, I'm always honest with you. Why am I even saying that? I'm always honest with you, my dear viewer. Always remember that. Whatever I'm saying is whatever's on my mind. Unscripted, unprofessional, absolutely stupid, sporadic, spontaneous, random, chaotic. Maybe you'll see a pattern. If you will, thank you. I guess you can become my psychologist, my personal psychologist. I can probably pay you for that. But if you're not gonna recognize any pattern in my speech, then it is chaotic. That's what chaos is. Now, the more you believe in something, the more it comes to you. Because the power of human mind is underestimated. It's undiscovered, I would say. Just like the deepest point in the ocean or the furthest point in space, time and space, it's not discovered. We cannot pinpoint the capabilities of our human brain, even though telekinesis is more than real. Manifestation, physical manifestation, metaphysical manifestation is more than real. Um, what I mean more than real is that it's feasible and it doesn't just exist there, you can create it yourself. More than real, right? Fantastic, we figured that out. What's next? Um, you see, I'm not craving many viewers. I know it's not gonna get me many viewers. It's not gonna happen. That's not the point of this. Maybe the point of this is getting heard by certain people that are not necessarily my followers. Um, but as always, you're the guest, my dear viewer. You are the main guest. Um, Maybe I'm going to have collaboratory colla- collaborations in the future. My fucking English is suffering, literally crippled English language. Um, but I don't think so. I honestly hope I'm not going to have any collaboratory episodes in the future. I don't wish for that to happen. Why is because this is a one-man show. I have this ability that I totally take pride in, which is a deadly sin, but we'll just dismiss that for now. And that's the possibility of doing everything by yourself. Whether it comes from childhood, however I was raised, from the family, from the environment, wherever it comes from, it is me, the one man. And to remind you, the name of the show is the Talking Voice Show. Welcome. Now, there is much movement going on around because this is the peak time when people are coming back from work. I think it's still recording. It's been half an hour. So far, actually, just 28 minutes to be exact. It's April 24th, April 24th, 2023. And it's currently, actually, let me tell you what time it is. Exactly 6 p.m. Hell yeah. 6 p.m. Good. Um, I don't have any beverages right now on me, so please sponsor me. I need the beverage in the shot beautifully. I need like a beverage standing with its logo. I just need money, honestly. I don't give a fuck about the beverage. It could be piss from the shit. I would still like put it out here. I mean, unless it's death, unless it kills you, I will put it out there. But because another fucking weekly slogan, I would even say. It's a quote, but it's a slogan of mine. Whatever doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So whatever doesn't kill you, I will promote you. Okay. I'm a fan of whatever doesn't kill you. Whatever doesn't kill you is the thing I do every day. Or do I? Anyway, just having so much fun. Just having so much fun. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. The nature is wonderful. Just fuck those cars and shit. I'm sorry for swearing. I can't go without it sometimes. That's where the comedy lays. That's where the irony lays. That's where the tone lays. That's where the point lays. My dear viewer, should I call you guest? As I'm slapping this black thing. It's a buoy, actually, it's called a buoy, and this thing is gonna get lowered into the water at some point in the future. So maybe I'm going to make an episode while it's gonna be lowered into the water. That's gonna be a really funny one. Um, Maybe I'm not gonna live till that point. Let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Live and let live. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Of course, there's always one right answer. And that's being egocentric. My opinion is correct, yours is wrong. If you don't like it, prove me wrong. But I'm not gonna listen to you because I'm egocentric. It's wonderful, right? One man show, the talking voice. Welcome. I hope you can hear me well. You should make yourself a tea at this point. Are you not addicted to tea? Well, congratulations. You once again are not on the hook. The caffeine hook, the big caffeine. Oh my god, we have discussed big tobacco. Now it's time for big caffeine. The monopolies that control the population. Essentially, they lobby politicians as well, or at least used to do it more actively. Media. Who is media controlled by? Hmm. Free media. Free media. You're telling me the media is free in your very country? The media is free? Good. I hope it is. I sure hope it is. As you can clearly see, I have very ungeneral opinions unless it's common sense to you. If it is common sense to you, then congratulations and welcome to my fucking show. If it is common sense to you. If it's not, if you had to uh, shake your head to what I'm saying at least once, then I guess this show is not for you. Look at something else. Please, don't waste your time on this because time is money, time is precious, time is above us. We cannot control time. Please don't waste time. Why am I wasting time talking into a microphone right now when I could be working out in the gym? Because I know this is gonna be more beneficial long term. Now, I know many things, but I don't know even more things. And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about discovering new things. Let's go. And I just discovered that the sun went out. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Would you just look at that grace of God? That gorgeous act. What is going on? That is majestic. Would you ever pay attention to that if you weren't to be on substances? I don't think so. That's why certain drugs are also good for you and your brain. But if you don't abuse them, of course, because otherwise they eat your brain, they literally rot your brain, they fog your brain up. If they fog up your reality, they take a hold of you, they consume you, they fuck you in the ass, and they keep fucking you and fucking you and fucking you and fucking you. That's what Eminem is about. Always remember, Eminem. But that is gorgeous, yeah, I agree. Um, This is a show. I'm telling you, it's not just a podcast. It is a show. It is a show because um, this is a circus. We're currently in a circus, and I'm the main clown. And the spotlight is directly shining on me. At least it was a minute ago. Um, yes. Welcome. Why am I saying welcome? It's been 33 minutes and 47 seconds of the show. Why am I saying welcome? Anyway. Oh yeah, I will need to sync it up to the VHS, the sound. Little side note, the sound might be lagging from the actual video because of the VHS technology and my dubbing and image capturing technology that I use. It's very difficult to use Windows 10 or 11 with that, USB 2.0 technology and all them converters. But I'm trying my best, okay? It's a one-man show. The budget is negative €5 because after this, I'm going to the kiosk to buy myself a beverage. Um, and yeah, that's all I need. I just need sunlight and water to survive. I really don't need water. That's called anorexia, but that's what it is. The more you know, the more you know. Anyway, it's probably just really boring staring at me. I'm like sitting doing absolutely nothing, but that's what it's about. It's more about listening. This media, it's audio visual, and as you can see, the word audio comes first. Audio visual media. Oh my god. Maybe I should upload it to Spotify instead. Like, just not use the camera anymore. Or maybe I should do both. What good would that give me? Is it supposed to give me any good? Hopefully it will. Um, because if it gives bad, what's gonna be the point of it? It's gonna make me only disappointed and depressed, and I spend this time not calling my girlfriend back because I wasn't too successful in my last call to calm her down. She spiraled into some nonsense, but I love nonsense. I don't like drama, but I love nonsense, and she loves drama and nonsense, which is a very bad mix. It's a horrible mix. It's like that Soviet alcoholic mix of champagne with vodka. Once you drink out some champagne from the bottle, you just top it up with vodka, and it's called Yosh. Yosh. It's literally two letters. Yo. It's like E with two dots on top, and this bug-looking letter J. Yosh. It means hedgehog. A little Soviet knowledge right there. There you go. I was born in 2001. I seriously don't know how I know it. It doesn't come from the family. I promise you, it doesn't come from the family. It's just some weird knowledge that I have, as always. Oh, knowledge is power. Knowledge is key. Health is power. Health is key. So there is many keys. Are you holding all of them? Are you the key holder? If you are, you're most likely a mason. Um, I would like to tickle your balls. Um, hit me over the head with a shovel. Um, put me in the cement and throw me in this very river. I don't know. I don't know anymore, dude. Anyway, let's get back to the precious nature we were talking about. Yay, nature, birds and flowers and bees and all that precious magical stuff that we kind of understand and kind of just don't care about because we don't understand it fully. Wow, isn't that majestic? Um, chopping out the forest for the monetary gain to print out the same money. Isn't that just wonderful? I love that. Oh, did you know they're farming those wonderful, extremely old school creatures? I'm going to use very derogatory language. Extremely old school creatures, horseshoe crabs, which somehow were adapted enough to survive 200 million years of evolution or whatever. Like, they haven't changed a single bit, maybe just the size of them, because the world is shrinking. What? Does it? Is it? Should we ask a random person whether the world is shrinking? I honestly don't care, because I'm not going to live 100 years. I want to live 70. That's what it's all about. Don't waste your time. Do something. Oh my god. Oh yeah, but they're farming horseshoe crabs for some sort of a toxin or antitoxin. I'm not fucking sure, but it's horrible, the pictures. And then the most recent thing I saw, a bee farm. So there's a huge movement. Save the bees. Everyone's saving the bees. But the most recent thing that I discovered is a bee farm. So they're using bees to improve the sensors, essentially. And you can see individual bees, just like those horseshoe crabs, just getting farmed. That is horrific, terrific. There is more stuff to it. Remember the picture of a lab rat with an ear on its back? Remember a picture of a bunny, I think, with something growing out of its fucking back like a flower or a mushroom? Like the horrors, just the oh my, oh the horrors. Oh man, yeah. That's life. Once again, welcome the Talking Voice show. Show. Anyway, um, birds, bees, bee movie. You know why it's called the bee movie? It's not only because it's about the bees, and it's literally a bee, like bee movie, B rated movie. Not rated, B like category movie, B class movie. There's A class movies, there's B class movies, B movie. I figured that out recently, and that was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off. I'm not sure about you, but that's just genius. B movie. And there is actually this one shot. I once watched B movie really stoned when I was 18. Like rewatched it, because last time I watched it was like literal childhood. And there was this one shot of a window shield, like low shot from behind of uh, the main character Barry, I think his name was, yeah. He was crawling on this windshield of a car with like a lot of dead bugs on the side, and it's just one shot, maybe lasts 3 4 seconds. But it's just horrors. It is horrors because he was crawling through the dead bodies essentially of his own kind. Nice ship. Thank you for reminding me that I'm not mentally alright. Thanks, man. That I should switch the topic or whatever. But he was crawling through a pile of bodies in that windshield, and that's what cars do to those poor little creatures. Look, there is a bee right there. There is a bee right there. Oh, it's actually a bumblebee. Oh, well, yeah, it's probably gonna get hit by that car right there, most likely. And are you going to be considered a killer? Are you going to be put on death row for that? Hell no. You're not even gonna notice it because of how big your car is. Do you know your car parts? I don't think so. I don't know the car parts myself. I don't own a car. Maybe God doesn't want me to own a car. That's for the fucking better. Anyway, I think I should eat. How primitive am I? How primitive am I? I'm being philosophical right now, but at the same time, I'm thinking about my girlfriend crying and eating. What? Do can your mind comprehend that? Because mine cannot really. It is very chaotic. But once again, life. And welcome to Talking Man Show. I've said that at least 10 times in the past 10 minutes. And that's what it's all about, repetition, because repetition in media is a big theory that actually works better than you think, because you don't even fucking notice it at this point. The repetition. Ooh, the fantastic repetition. Повторение мать учения. That's what we say in Russian. Повторение мать Повторение мать учения. Повторение means repetition, мать mother, and учение learning or teaching. Learning, yeah, learning. So repetition is. I actually really like those sounds of ships and cranes. Like, they captivate me so much. This, how do they call it? Hmm. I'm looking for this word. I'm looking for this word. Ah, industrial. Yeah, all this industrial, like just rebars in concrete, just shit ton of metal, large constructions. What? Like what? We made that. Like, you look at the photos of that tower in New York. Sorry, I've never been to the States. That main tower building. I'm so tired at this point as well. You look at the photos of that building, and you just see people on like floor, 150, literally in the sky with no harnesses. How did they get the materials there? And then we're looking at the pyramids, and we are questioning the same thing. How did they get the materials there? Well, we had the powers, all right? We had the powers, and it's always a big cycle of evolution. Life is cyclical in itself. 1 second is a cycle, 10 minutes is a cycle, astronomical time is a cycle, doesn't matter. It's just one big cycle, and one big cycle that we have is that we create this peak of our human fucking evolution, and then the cataclysm hits, everything gets wiped out and forgotten, and then rebuilt, and it takes us approximately 2,000 years, I think, to rebuild all of that. And throughout those 2,000 years, we're once again losing whatever we had 2,000 years ago. So, is it just literally a sign that I'm talking shit and I need to stop this? and call my girlfriend. I think it is. Anyway, that's it for the first episode. Thank you very much for joining the talking voice show. There is definitely going to be episode 2 as long as I'm going to be alive. Yes, thank you very much for tuning in. All I need to do now is to sync sound with the VHS rip. I'm gonna just connect this camera to my VHS recorder, gonna record VHS, gonna rewind the VHS tape back, and then I'm gonna digitalize the VHS by capturing it on the computer using a USB device. And then I'm going to sync up the sound, original sound from the iPhone, with the video from the VHS. And that is going to be a fucking challenge. So I'm really sorry if this video is out of sync with the audio. I tried my best, I guess. Have a good one. And as always, stay tuned for the next one. This has been the Talking Voice Show. Yes, I'm your host, John. Bye bye. Why the fuck would I? No, that's a really bad one. But it's raw. It's raw. Like, this show's real, you know. It's whatever. So, bye bye, guys.